How's it going? How's it going? If you jumped on, please do me that favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And for all the replay viewers, I want to thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate all of you guys. And if you can do me that favor, hit that like button and comment. Comment and let me know where you are, how you're doing. Do me that favor, please, because it helps me out and knows who, and it allows me to know who's on. So go ahead and do that for me. Tell me who's on right now. Just click and say hello. There are quite a few people here right now that just jumped on. But let me know where you guys are at, where you guys coming from, where you guys are watching from. Ed Murr, what's going on? Jay Easy on the road. Yes, sir. Yeah, right here. We got Krish Patel. Hello, how's it going? Patrick Kramer, St. Louis, living the dream. How you doing, Patrick? It's been a long time. Thank you guys for thank you for watching and giving the shout out. I miss St. Louis and all the wonderful people that's out there. Amanda, hello from Ohio. I appreciate you, Amanda. Thank you guys. Eddie says just finished at the gym in Los Angeles. Amazing. So right now, if you guys are looking in the background and wondering where I'm at, I'm in Tennessee. I'm currently in Tennessee. I was hired to be a hitting coach with USA Baseball. So I'm out here for the summer helping college baseball players develop. Few of these guys, if not all, are going to be drafted soon, and they wanted me to help them in the hitting area. So that's where I'm at right now. Hello from Iraq. Awesome. Edward Murray says watching College World Series, Vanderbilt versus NC State. Awesome. Who's winning so far? Who's winning so far, Ed Murray? And if you guys have any questions regarding baseball, let me know. That's why I want to go live to help you guys. We got Robert. He says he's from Virginia. What part of Virginia are you from? This week, I'm going to actually Pulaski. We're heading to Pulaski right now. And actually, is it tomorrow? No, tomorrow we go to Princeton. And then we go to Pulaski right after that. So if you're near, check it out. 1-0 NC State. Okay. That's awesome. NC State. Nice. 1-0. Top 8. Vandy has a guy on second, 1 out. Nice. I'm going to check that out right after this. Yeah, Robert, where are you from? I mean, I know you're from Virginia, but where in Virginia? Southwest Virginia. I don't know where that's at. Okay, Pulaski and we're going to go to Princeton. So I think it's closer to Tennessee area. Adam said, "What's going on? What's going on, Adam?" Kendall says, "What's going on?" Shout out to you. We got Larry in the building. Shout out to Larry and Austin. Shout out to them. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. How's Austin doing? Kendall, how you doing? I know you sent me a video. I'm going to get on it. My schedule has been very hectic, but I'm going to check you out and help you out and let you know if I see something that, you can improve on and to help you from, hitting some ground balls. So I checked over it, but, it's been very hectic for me right now. You see my videos, they're not my normal videos, but I'm trying to give value and give, still help you guys while I'm out here. Jermaine, how has it been being a hitting coach? It's actually been a lot of fun. The guys it's a good group of kids. They've all taken to what I'm teaching them, and they've been very respectful, and they're getting results. There's a lot of guys that were struggling last year and didn't know why. And so now they're facing high level competition, and it's allowing me to help them. And so now they're getting those results that they weren't getting in the season, and they're learning a lot about hitting. I'm gonna have to bring some of those guys on here to talk with you guys so you guys can, get a perspective like how I'm helping them and stuff like that. But it's been a blast. It really has been a blast. Cardinals are here in Detroit this week. I'm going to the games on Wednesday and Thursday. Awesome. Cardinals are doing well. Good. Should I take my front foot back when I load? You can. That's one way of doing it. I like a little load, maybe even a little stride, not a high leg kick, a little stride. That's what I would recommend to you instead of going front foot back when you load. That would be my perspective, because the thing is, you want a strong base. So whatever you're trying to do, you're trying to get yourself in a balanced position. So if it's taking your front foot back and you can still get in the balanced position, then that's what you want to do. For me, I like everything minimized. You know what I mean? I don't want any unnecessary movements. I don't want you to rock like you're on a boat. You know what I mean? You got some kids that they're like this, and then they start going, and they're moving so much as they hit, and it's hard to be consistent because they're moving too much. Good. Just got back from SIS, and Chris, amazing. Tell Chris hello for me, and awesome. Keep doing it. Rich House says, what's up? What's going on, Rich? You good, man? No rush at all. Okay. I need a Pros Cave hat and shirt. Yes, you do. This is the unique one. We got black ones. We got the shirts. I got shirts over there. I didn't wear it today, but I definitely need to send you the link so you can get some Pros Cave merch. You're definitely going to want that. So, if you guys have any questions regarding baseball that I can answer, I want to help you guys out because I know you guys been struggling. I know Robert's been, he asked me a question and I wanted to answer his question. So Robert, can you repeat your response or what your question was earlier today? Can you repeat that question, Robert? So I'm waiting on Robert to give me that response. But we head out to Pulaski here. Every Monday is a day off, so allows me to refresh. And I guess the only thing that's tough with coaching is you give them the information, and I guess what I'll say is this. The only thing with coaching is that as a player, I had more control. And, if something wasn't going right, I can go and fix that problem. As a coach, you can give the information, you can work with them, but then they have to do it. And so sometimes it's a little frustrating because you share the information, you give them what they need, but it doesn't actually come in that moment. So you have to wait for it, and then you have to keep talking to them and building them up, and then they get those results. They finally click, and then next thing you know, sky's the limit. But it takes more of a time rather than as a player. It's like, all right, I just need to work on my top hand going more direct to the baseball. Let me do that a few times. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, now I'm hitting line drives all over the ball field. And it's just you make that change and then things happen. But as a player, it sometimes gets it takes a little longer. I mean, as a coach. Trevor says, I appreciate the help. Just hit 91 exit velo. You're a stud, Trevor. You're a stud. Keep going. Give me a second to type it. Okay. How do I throw to first fast without rushing it? Using your legs. Power, step, shuffle, and throw. I made a video about it, about how to play catch. Go and watch that video. It teaches you how to power step, shuffle, and throw, and use your lower half the correct way, because a lot of young players don't know how to do that. So go and watch that video. I know it sounds basic, but if you do this right, where you stay in your legs and you power step and you shuffle and then you throw, and you do it the right way, you're going to get more on your ball across the diamond. And then the other thing is creating backspin on your ball. So one of the things I like to do is I try to put the ball by my ear, my right ear and throw from there. And what you're going to do is you're going to put backspin on it. That's going to keep it true instead of sailing or, tailing off or sinking and stuff like that. So you want to hold in a forcing grip. You want to get the ball up to like your ear, like I have right here, a little bit above, and then you want to throw. See how my shoulder's up? And then when you throw it, you're going to snap that wrist, and it's going to get that four seam spin that allows it to stay true, and it's going to give you a higher, velocity when you throw across the diamond. It was a secret that I wouldn't say secret now, but it's something that I use to help me to, stand out in those showcases and stuff like that. That's how you bump that, those velocity up, just like throwing the proper way. How do I throw hard without hurting my arm? I think I just answered it right now. That would be the key. Working on throwing mechanics. One of the things you could do is throw a football because you're getting your shoulder and throwing, so you're actually learning the correct way. This is actually what I did with a few of my catchers, because one catcher was having some problems throwing and he was having, pain in his arm. So what we did was we got him to throw footballs more often. And when you throw a football, you have to get everything up, and you're using everything, your shoulder and your rotator cuff to throw. And that's going to, basically give you the right throwing mechanics. And then when you throw a baseball, it's the same way. And that's how you're going to be able to maximize and throw the ball harder. So that would be my tip to you. And shout out to Adam. How does it feel building the success and over 4K followers so quickly? You got to be stoked. The hard work is paying off, my friend. Yeah, man. It's crazy. It is growing fast, but on my end, I'm like, man, I I think it's growing slow. But a lot of people are like, man, you're growing so fast. And to me, I'm like, what do I need to do to go faster and faster? But I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate everyone who's been on this journey with me and allowed me to help them. I'm very grateful for everyone on here, all you guys here that are asking questions. I want you guys all to succeed, and I want to help you. I mean, there's so much information out there, and you guys are here with me, and that means a lot to me. Shout out to Trevor. He gave $3.99 super chat. Hey, shout out to Trevor, man. That's awesome. Congrats. Hey, that's I'm pumped right now. That's like my first super chat in a long time. Trevor always drop with a little super chat and gets things going, and that pumps me up, man. That pumps me up. Thank you so much, Trevor. And he said, any inside recruiting tips? Man, I don't have any right now, but I am talking to a lot of college coaches because I'm in this league. When I know of some, I'll definitely shout you out. Email me at officialjermainecurtis@gmail.com. If there's anything that I find out, I'm going to share with you. Okay, I'll send that over to you in the email. Again, I'm talking to a lot of college coaches from D1 down. UCLA, we have, there's so many college coaches I'm talking to, because on my team, there's so many players on all parts of the country. So I'm talking to all of them, but once I get some stuff, I'm going to send it to you, and you can have it. But that would be my, I know I don't have a full answer for you right now, but I will have an answer. And again, I thank you for the $3.99 super chat. Or super sticker, whatever they call it. I've been hitting pop-ups last couple games. Coach says my front elbow is getting out. Because what does that mean, getting out? You mean pulling off? Because my top hand is palm up. So top hand's palm up, okay? So if you palm up, my coach teach to throw top hand. So how does that mean? How do you throw top hand and have thumb point at pitcher? What's correct? So hold on. So you're saying like that? Hold on. Your coach is D, right? Derek? Eddie. If you're on, I think his coach is D. Derek. I actually think his coach is Derek. That's interesting. Personally, for me, I would listen to what your coach says, but personally for me, I'm always palm up. You know what I mean? If the plane of the pitch is, coming in just like this, how do you get on plane with that? You see how I turned the barrel, and look at my hand. So I'm on plane with that. Now I can finish high through it. So for me, I'm going to turn the barrel. So here I turn the barrel. Okay, so now I just turned it, and then I turn it and get on playing with it, which is my palm's going to be up. And then I finish all the way through and I tap myself on the back. That's going to lengthen your swing plane, and that's going to lengthen, I would say, you wouldn't have to be on point on every swing. You could be a little off and still hit a line drive somewhere. So that for me is what I teach and what I believe in is maximizing your swing plane so you can get the most from your swing. You want to be able to get hits when your swing is not feeling great. You want to be able to get hits on your miss hits. And from what I've seen, if I didn't do it any other way, I wouldn't get hits on my miss hits. So for me, this is the best way for me to drive the baseball, hit line drives, basically hit homers. That's what I want to do. I want to get that top hand. I want to turn the barrel. So right there, see, I turned it, and then I got on playing with it, and see my palm up, palm down, and I keep going through. For me, that's what I teach, and that's what helped me to be the player I am today. So we got somebody that's actually posting a lot of stuff right now, and he's about to get blocked. So here we go. We got, who else do we have here? We have Worldwide Gamer. Who's your favorite baseball team? I don't have one right now, but growing up, it was Yankees and the Mariners. See you on Friday in Pulaski. Yes. Can't wait, Carrie. Did you have to deal with favoritism over your years of playing? What do you mean have to deal with favoritism? I mean, there's definitely politics in all baseball. You're going to deal with that no matter what. And the higher you go up, it gets more political. You're playing a professional baseball. If one person gets drafted for $1 million and you got drafted for 200,000, they're going to favor the guy who got drafted for $1 million. That's just how it's going to be. You know what I mean? Because they're invested more into that player. Same thing in college. Got one player who's a full scholarship, one player who's a 25% scholarship. They're going to give the guy that's on the full scholarship a chance because they invested a lot into them. And you know what I mean? That's just how it goes throughout life. But hey, you can overcome all of that. I've been on both sides where I've been the guy that's been favored and also been the guy who hasn't been favored. And I've been through, the struggles on that. You know what I mean? You could get through and get to the other side and become, a guy. You just got to keep pushing, keep working hard, and keep dreaming. Can you make a swing breakdown in Acuna? By the way, I love your vids. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to get into that right now. It's been super busy right now. I'm coaching with USA Baseball, and we are literally we are busy. As a player, I had some downtime. You get to the field about 1 o'clock, 1:30. You get warmed up from 2 to 2:30, 2:45. You just get, go to the cage, warm your body up. You start your stretch at 3:30, and you go from 3:30 to 4:45. That's when you're at home and you're doing BP on the field. You go and chill out for 4:45 until game time, which starts at 7:30, right? Or 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So you have a lot of downtime. Well, as a coach, I'm at the field at 12:30. We'll have early hitting with some guys. So that starts at 1 o'clock. And then I'm literally doing stuff all the way until 6 p.m. And then when the game starts, that's when I don't do much. I just go to first base and just analyze, jot notes down and stuff like that. So it's a different mentality, different place. But my time is super limited now. So, but I will do a video pretty here soon. Did you see my email? Akil, shout out to you. So you sent me my video or sent me the video. I thought it was Kendall actually that sent me the video, but you sent me the video. I'm going to check it out soon. I've been super busy with USA Baseball, but I will check it out and I will get back to you. What sort of season drills would you recommend for a 10-year-old for hitting? What I recommend is working the top hand. Don't do too much. I would say 5 to 7. Get a small bat and start getting them basically direct with their top hand. A lot of young players don't know where the barrel is. So they're swinging, but they lose the barrel. And so that's why they're not consistent. So by teaching them to have a one hand bat and learning how to get to the baseball with one hand, which is a top hand, which will clean up all the bad movements in the swing, and get them more direct to the baseball, they'll learn how to control the barrel and get more consistent. Right. And that's what we want to be. We want to get hard contact as often as possible. So I would say work the top end. Don't do too much because that can start getting them sore and hurting them. So just do about 5 to 7 each time you go out there. The other thing I would do is work on their base, their balance, keeping a simple swing, something that's like he could repeat every day, no matter what the pitcher is doing. He could just repeat, repeat, repeat. Sometimes with a high leg kick, it's harder to get timing. But what if you widen out and you just had a little stride or a little leg kick or something like that? You know what I mean? Something where you can repeat, 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 and teaching them the fundamentals, the keys. I think there's like 7 or 8 of them. I might make a video on this about that, but that's what I would teach them. Very simple stuff that I do with all my young hitters that are 10 years old. I get them to work the top hand and I work on their balance. If you do that at their age where they can control the barrel and hit it to center, right center, if they're a right-handed hitter, but actually stay up the middle, right center, center, and left center, because you don't want them getting off balance. If you work those things right, they're going to hit. They're going to hit. So that's what I would say to you. I know it was a little jumbled up, but, that's what I would recommend to you. What is the best drill to fill the separation? Okay. Great question. Separation. One drill I like to do is you put a PVC pipe, you stand it to the side, and then you stride. And what you'll feel is that separation between your lower half and your front and your top hand. So you'll right here, PVC pipes on the side. When you strap, you'll see that, and you'll see the stretch, and you'll feel that stretch. Another one you could do is you could put a ball right here on your chest. And I like to do with my young guys to teach them how to get that separation and load. I put like a soft, I would say like a basketball right here on the chest, and their palm would be on the basketball, so holding it like this. And then what they're going to do is roll the ball, and the ball's going to roll with them. And what they're going to do is get that stretch and teach them where they need to be when they're loaded. So that's something that I always do with the younger players, and get some to get those feels so that they could, get that separation. Coaches' kids. Yeah. Coaches' kids is tough, man. That was tough. You're going to get that soon. Just keep working. You'll be better than them. How do you feel about having the bat over the plate, then over your shoulder? I'm confused. Having the bat over the plate, then over your shoulder. I'm confused. He plays shortstop and bats first. Amazing. Amazing. Keep playing. Keep working. Or related to one of the coaches. Yeah, that's a tough one. Like I said, that's a real tough one. What's up, Jermaine? What's your advice on getting 10-year-old kids playing more athletic? Play other sports. Play other sports. I wish I played other sports. I only played baseball, and for that, I wasn't as athletic as I could have been. But playing basketball, because those skills transfer over to baseball. If it was up to me and I could do it all over again, I would have played basketball. I would have played, I don't know if I would play football, but maybe I would have played football. I would have ran track so I can get faster. I would have done a lot of skills that was outside of baseball. I became a skilled baseball player, and that allowed me to excel. But, my athleticism could have been better. And if I would have played other sports, it definitely would have been better. So that's been my advice, is to play other sports. But don't lead the game. Play baseball, because there's a lot of opportunity in baseball. So you want to play it, but come back to the game, get all the tools that's out there and bring it over to baseball. You're going to excel if you do that. Sup, what's going on? I saw your highlights on YouTube. You were good. I was like, is that really Jermaine Curtis? Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. You don't get to play in the MLB and not be at least decent. Best recommendation bat for 15 under travel, not wooden bat league. Recommendation for a bat. Ooh, I would say the Goods or the Black Marucci Cat 9. Yes, 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 those two. The Goods. Yep, he said it. Best bat ever. Yep, there we go. Those two comments related to the comment about favoritism. Of course, yeah, I got that. I got that. Yeah. How do you deal with that? You just gotta keep playing. You're gonna get that all the way up. There's gonna be favoritism no matter where you go. That's just how it is. Coach's son, he's definitely going to be playing shortstop. It's been that way since the beginning of the time. The same thing with travel ball is getting like that more and more. If the player doesn't excel, on one team, then a dad makes a team and does it around his son. You know what I mean? It's going to be like that. And I'm sorry you're going through that. But the good thing is you overcome this, you'll be better in the future. So keep your head up. Know what you want. Keep working. Good things are going to happen for you. And keep playing hard. What's going on, Arvert Shark? Can you teach me to hit a curveball? I have 2 videos on it. Check it. If you go on my channel, you'll see that I have 2 videos that'll help you out. Just to simplify it, it's your approach. And I also have drills to help you. Go and watch those videos right after this. Sir, sit back and stay balanced. Yep, that's key. How to remove pine tar for bat. I never use pine tar like that, so I wouldn't even know, to be honest. Do you accept swing videos from us through your email to see what we could work on? I did, but right now I am super, super busy. But I will plan on doing that in the future. So be on the lookout for that. Right now, I really don't even have that much time to do that. Michael says, okay, thank you. That helps. Like Otani and Ronald. Yep. Hi, I saw your videos on hitting the curveball, but I don't have a pitching machine or BP throw. Any T drills? I guess you could do the 1, 2, 3, where you go 1 as far as like you're getting ready for a fastball, 2 you stop, and then 3 swing. So you give yourself time, because and you could do that off a tee, or you could do that off front toss as well. But you could do this off tee, because here's the thing: you're going to gear up for a fastball, and then you're going to have that slight time where you need to wait and then hit that curveball. Because what you're going to do is you're not training yourself to time up the curveball. You're training yourself to, react to a mistake. There's 2 types of ways to hit the curveball. You can sit on it and then you can time it up. That's the one where, runner on second base, a guy has a curveball, you can sit on it and you just do that. Then the other one is that you're looking for a fastball and you're in a good balanced position, and then you hit the curveball. And that's the one you want to work on, because that's the majority of the time what you're going to do. And so what you'll do is you put a ball on a tee. Preferably for me, I like the balls up in the zone, because that's the mistake. So I would put the ball about, I would say belt high, and then you just go 1, like you visualize a pitcher getting ready. You go 1, you get there, you have a little pause at 2, and then you swing 3, and you try to just drive it to the back of the net. And so that'll help you to stay balanced. We want to stay balanced. That's the only way to hit curveballs. Matt Olson was my teammate. What a good guy. I like that guy. Bryce Harper. I did a video on Bryce Harper already. What's the best drills for turning the barrel? Top hand. Start doing your top hand. See how I'm turning it already? If you're getting on plane and you're hitting line drives, you're going to naturally turn the barrel. You're going to naturally turn it. So you're here, you're getting ready, boom. You're going to turn it so you can hit line drives. See how I just turned that barrel? Turn. So I would say do, top hand, get a small bat and just start hitting the front toss off of it, start hitting off a tee, and don't turn the barrel like this where you're doing that. You don't want to do that, because that's a rollover. You want to turn it where you're here, and you want to stay through it like that. You want to pat yourself on the back, and that'll keep your hands above the barrel. So that's what you want. When do you start your college recruiting process? Did you reach out to college coaches on your own, or did they find you? Great question. So what I did was I went to a lot of showcases and tournaments when I was in my sophomore year. So I signed to UCLA when I was a sophomore. During that time, that was like super, super early, right? But now it's not. Now they're signing eighth graders and ninth graders. It's crazy. But yeah, I was a sophomore during that time. And what I went to was showcases. Every weekend, me and my dad went to a new showcase, new showcase, new showcase. And just all it is exposure. That's it. The whole game is exposure. How do you get in front of college coaches? So right now it's different times than when I grew up, but it's pretty similar. So they want to see you, and then they want the only way they're going to offer you is they see you with their eyes. So how do you maximize your recruiting then? How can you get in front of them? First thing I would do emails. I have a video that talks about it. It's with Joe Reyna at the University of Rochester. He breaks down what you should do as far as sending emails to college coaches. Go and watch that video. The second thing I would do is start posting content. We are in a content age. You know me right now through content. I'm posting a video and then you guys see it. I try to post every single day because new viewers are going to come see my videos every single day. And that's going to be, the way I'm marketing myself to them, and I'm building my brand to them. So I'm posting every single day. So if you're, a person that's looking to go to college, start posting every day. Your nutrition, what you're eating, start posting what you're working out in the gym, start posting you're hitting in the cage, start posting everything. If there's two guys, one guy who they're looking at, and then they're also looking at you, but they look on your social media account and you have, you're dedicated to getting better. You have videos of yourself working out, eating. You have videos of yourself, practicing, throwing, whatever it is that you do. They're going to pick you because they know that you are about it more. You want it more. So we're in that age. Why don't we just do that every single day? Then you go on Twitter and you tag the college coaches that you're interested in or college teams that you're interested. Send them a DM. Don't just tag them in your profile. Send them a DM. Some will get back, some won't. But just send them messages and, start building that relationship. The other thing is there's Press Play Sports. That's an app on iPhone. I don't think they made it for Android yet. Go and get that and start posting on there as well. College coaches and stuff are on that platform, and they're going to start getting bigger and bigger. So go to Press Play Sports and get that app if you're on iPhone. I don't know if it's on Android yet, but it's definitely on iPhone. This other thing you want to do is create a recruiting video and post it on YouTube. That's something that I'm going to make a video about soon. But post a video on YouTube doing recruiting. A lot of coaches go on YouTube to recruit. So you want to do that as well. The third thing I would recommend is go on Captain or You Captain or Captain You. It's one of those, Captain You or You Captain, and get a profile and start posting all that content on there as well. And fieldlevel.com. When you do that, post on all those platforms and do that continuously every single day. In the meantime, you're still going to go to showcases. So you're going to go to showcases in California, Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. Go to all these showcases where the top tier talent is. And if you have one good weekend there, that would change your life. So the key is keep going to these showcases and performing. Give yourself the best chance. Don't just show up with one. I went up to 37 before I got recruited. It was like 35 or 37 before I got recruited. So that would be my advice to you. So but you just have to keep going, and you got to stay in front of their face. You got to keep staying in front of your face, in front of their face. And if you can, go to their camps too. I know the camps are dying because the showcases are basically killing the camps. But if you can go to a camp, definitely go. It's going to help you out. Art versus Hey, what was your favorite World Series season? Man, that's a great question. 2001, was it 2001 with the Yankees and the Diamondbacks? I remember sitting there biting my nails that entire time. It was amazing. My swing is like Ronald Acuña's, but I have trouble chopping down. I swing like I'm golfing instead. I mean, that's kind of like Ronald Acuña's swing. So you're right there. My coach verbally abused me. Any tips? That's interesting. I would go have a conversation with them. Should 10-year-old kids swing at the first pitch or take? That's a great question. I would listen to the coach. For me, I think that they should be aggressive, but I would think, I would talk to the coach. I would personally want them to be aggressive because you got 10-year-olds that are passive and they're out there just taking, taking, taking. So if you start teaching them how to, be aggressive, then you could start molding them better. They might start getting out. They might swing at a lot of things, but they'll start learning quicker because they're going to go through the pains quicker of, getting out. And, they're also going to get success too because they're swinging and swinging and swinging. And so once you have that mentality, you could kind of like, basically mold them to swing at strikes and take the balls. But if you have someone that's passive that won't swing the bat and they're always walking and they get on first base and they're pumped about it. They're super pumped because they got on first base because of walk. It's going to be harder for them to be more aggressive later because they're learning those habits of being passive. So for me, I would say be aggressive. How do I become a consistent at throwing? Obi-Wan Kenobi. I usually am at the middle infield, and my throws are sometimes off target and weak. If you go back to the earlier of this video, I talked about how to throw and what I would recommend. But throwing consistently, that just takes practice. Just throwing more often, taking ground balls, throwing. That's how I became consistent. I can throw it wherever I want to now. It's just because I just threw a lot. As far as throwing harder and and not throwing weak, and you got to learn how to create that backspin on the ball. And what I did was put the ball by my ear with a four-seam grip. And if when you're throwing, you have it here and you get on top of it and you whip that thing down, it's going to have that four-seam grip that stays true. So that would be my advice to you. Instead of, if you're throwing from here, dropping your shoulder, it's going to fade or sink, and it's not going to look like you have a lot of arm strength. So you got to learn how to throw, get on top of it. And one thing you could do is throw football. Football teaches you the right throwing mechanics, and then you want to take that into your defense. Coach's kid usually is pretty good. Maybe. Can you give me any tips to not lunge forward or keep my weight back? Have somebody flip you a ball and then have them bounce you the ball. If you come forward, you're going to miss the ball. So you'll teach yourself how to stay back. So bounce it to you so you stay back on that backside and hit it. This is Ichiro's drill. What is extension? How do I do it? You got to get through the baseball. And so that's a great question because a lot of people talk about extension, but in my eyes, extension comes from being on time, because if you're not on time, you're not going to get extended through the baseball. So the key is, can you get on time? If you get on time, you're going to get extended through. When you're not on time, you're going to fight your body to try to get through it. And that's how you're going to start rolling over the baseball and not getting extended through it. But the way that I would do it is get two tees. You're going to have the first tee where you hit a line drive up the middle. Then you'll have a second tee that you put right in front of it where it should go to your pull side gap. So if you're a right-handed hitter, it should go to left center. And what you're going to do is you're going to first put the ball on the first tee and hit a line drive up the middle. Then you're going to put the ball on the second tee. And remember, put the first tee down a little bit so you don't hit that tee. And what you're going to do is you're going to drive that ball to left center. And if you stay through it, right, you'll see the spin on it that goes to left center. And that means you're staying through the baseball. And once you're done doing that, swing normal, and you'll see that you'll have that extension through the baseball where you'll keep going through it because you just trained yourself to do that. Should you start swing on your toes or flat-footed? Good question. I would say you have to get down. You have to get down on your heels, right? I mean, now that I think about it, I never really thought about that question before. Have to be on your heels, right? Because if you're on your toes, you're not going to be as balanced, right? So, yeah. What is the number one power producer in your swing, and how can I improve that matter? Bat speed. Create more bat speed. And you can get stronger. Just get stronger. That'll help you out as well. Just weight lift, eat the right foods. That's going to help you. But power comes from how fast the ball's thrown and how fast you can swing the bat, and then your point of contact. So and the angle in which you hit it, right? So those are the four things. That's how you hit for power. Now, when those four things are working, then that's when you're going to drive the baseball. So you can control the bat speed. You can work on underloading, overloading, so you can get faster bat speed. That's going to help you out. And you can also control it by getting, stronger, getting a little bit, stronger, basically. The difference between a high school senior and a high school freshman is 25 pounds. And the difference between a high school senior and a Major League Baseball player is 50 pounds. So just having an additional 25 pounds of, strength is going to help you to increase your bat speed and hit the ball harder and farther. So that's what I recommend, and that's something you can control. How fast the pitch going, you can't control that. You can control your point of contact. So where it is it out front or is it deep? So that's also where you can control. So, and the launch angle, that one's actually, sometimes you can't control that. It's hard because if players were good enough to control that, the game would be, you will see a lot more superstars. So that one's interesting. That one's tough. Could you do a swing breakdown on Ronald Acuna Jr.? Yeah, I'm gonna look into it for sure. Right now, I'm a little busy, so it's gonna be tough for me to do that. Do you think it's important for players to understand their collegiate potential, D1, D2, JUCO? Yeah, it is. But the market would tell you if you're D1, D2, or JUCO by the offers you're getting. But you got to put yourself out there to find out where you're at. I was doing great in my tournament against great competition. I had confidence, but now I'm doing worse against bad competition, and all my confidence from my tournament is gone now. See, if you watch any of my videos, Lucas, I talked about your confidence shouldn't be based on your performance. The fact that you aren't getting hits, now that's in your head that you're not good, but in fact, you are good. You know what I mean? Your confidence should not be based on your performance. You're a great baseball player. Believe it. If you believe that, you're going to have much more success. So with that being said, how do you, get yourself back up there? Well, sometimes it happens. That's how baseball is, where you're going to have good times and bad times. That's why this game is very humbling, but that doesn't change the fact that you're still a good baseball player. So I want you to know that. Keep telling yourself you're a good baseball player. And, that's why this game's tough. You got to make adjustments. And sometimes you don't make it fast enough, and we get, poor results. But that doesn't mean that you're a bad baseball player. It doesn't mean that you suck or your confidence should be bad. You're not getting those results now, but they are going to come. Stick with it. Keep believing in yourself. You're going to get a lot of success. Wishing you nothing but the best, Lucas. Robert says, who do you think is the GOAT and why? Mike Trout, period. At what age is it too late to make it to the MLB? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Any advice for helping kids not step out during stride? I have a few players that do that. What I do is I put two poles in the front of their foot and the front and in the back of their feet. So there's two bowls. So you put them basically within two rails, and you flip and you throw at them, and it keeps them in that line. And then it's just muscle memory. Once you keep doing that, that will work. But the question is, are they scared of the baseball? That's the question. Because if they're scared of the baseball, they're going to start stepping out. And that's normal. We all go through it. Fear is the number one problem for young baseball players. I'm looking in your picture, and it looks like he's about 10 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old. So fear is the number one thing when it comes to being successful at that age. If they can get over that fear, then they're gonna run, right? So that would be my question to you. But as far as the stepping out, if he's not scared of the baseball, just put two rails between his back foot and his front foot, like two PVC pipes, and have him hit in that. After he does that for a while, he'll stay in there. He'll stay within those two rails. What about heads back, showed high? What about heads back? Should high school kids using UCLA technique worry about knob to catcher? What about heads back? Should high school kids using UCLA technique worry about knob to the catcher? I'm so confused. What are you saying right there? Can you rewrite that? How would you help a 10-year-old player see the ball better out of the pitcher's hand? You just got to keep throwing the ball to them. At 10 years old, they just got to get reps. Baseball is all about reps. That's it. Simple as that. It's just math. How many reps are you doing? So keep throwing the ball. They'll get it. They'll get it. At that age, they just got to keep taking reps. I feel like Acuna's swing is and also what I'll say, London, is if you can have some of his friends come that are 10 years old and throw to him as well. So have like a little game where they're, in the front yard or on the street or wherever you guys play at. And you guys can have, have a day out, family day out on the weekend or something, and have them throw against each other. And he keeps seeing these pitches come at him for his age group. It's going to definitely help him. The key is we got to keep throwing at them. We got to get repetition. You know what I mean? What happens is they only play for 2 months, 3 months out of the year, or whatever, 6 months out of the year, and then they don't play. So when, they come back, it's like you're starting over again. But if you could keep giving them live at bats, they're going to get better and better and better because they're going to keep seeing it over and over and get more and more comfortable. So I feel like Acuna's swing is really good because the way he loads almost makes it seem like he controls the launch angle. Yeah, that's good. Acuna's the man. What strength training would you tell high school players? Work your lower half core, deadlift, front squat. What else? Back squat. Work the core exercises. Oh, your back, strong back equals attack. How can I get more power out of my hips without flying open and pulling off the ball? Work on, catching the ball more out front. That's the key right there. Can you hit the ball more out front? And the way to do that is work with your hands to your pull side gap, not your body. So what happens is when we think trying to hit for power, what do? You start, turning and burning, hips fly open, everything, works the wrong way. But when you think of your top hand, your hands getting to your pull side gap. So as a right-handed hitter, my hands drive the ball to left center. You're going to hit the ball more out front, and your mechanics are going to be sound. That's how you drive the ball, your point of contact. What do you think about closed stance, Cody Bell style for us? Closed stance, Cody Bell. He got a new batting stance? I got to check that one out. But, hey, he could do that. He's a Major League Baseball player. He understands how to hit. A lot of young players don't know how to hit yet, so I wouldn't recommend they do that. How to stop hitting the top of the baseball and ground out. Stay through the baseball with your top hand. Stay through the baseball with your top hand and hit everything up center field. When you're hitting BP, hit up the middle. When you hit the right, when you're hitting, a pitch that's middle away, drive it to right center. When you hit it to, you get some middle third, drive it to left center. Stay up the middle, stay through the baseball, hit off the tee at a field, watch your spin. Is your spin top spinning or is it back spinning? That's a drill for you. Go out there on the tee, hit balls at the right center, and left center, and watch what your bat is doing. Watch where your ball is doing. Is it back spinning? That's going to tell you if you have the right swing playing. And that's going to help you in the games. When is the time to turn your wrist over to finish your swing? When you're already through the baseball. Hi, I'm from North Korea. Any tips? I have no idea. North Korea. What's up, Aardvark from North Korea? I don't have any tips for you because I don't know specifically what you want. What do you want to learn? UCLA technique that you went over, kids were confused about when to get hands back and weight shift. So basically on the C, you start getting ready. So U is start, C, you start getting ready. L is the ball's on the fly. A is when you swing. So U, C, L, A. So there it is. That's how you time it up. In the video, I know I explained that a bit more, but you're on the U is when they start. That's when they put their knee up. C is when they're about to throw, and then that's when you start getting ready. So now you're giving yourself time. L is when he throws. A is when you hit it. So there you go. That's the technique. Sometimes I feel like it's too late for me to go pro. I'm about to be 14 and the results are not bad, but I'm not enough to go pro. Is there still time? You're 14 years old. You got a lot of time. I didn't go pro till I was 20. You got 6 years. What do college coaches look for? Athletes. Athletes. That's the key right there. Athletes. From what I've talked to, or all the coaches I talked to, they're looking for athletes, players that can play multiple positions. They some schools only look for shortstops because they can move shortstops to all over the place. But a player that can play multiple positions. If you're a left fielder, can you play first base? Can you play third base? If you're a right fielder, can you play third base? Can you play first base? Can you catch as well? Multiple positions, because now at this level they need players that are versatile. That's where your value is, and that's where baseball's going anyway. So what college coaches look for is people that can be athletes and play multiple positions, because they're going to need it, because they have their players in their different roles. So they need to move people around to get people in. The other thing is, can they hit? Hitting is, something that's very valuable, but also, can you play defense? Obviously, you can if you play multiple positions. Again, some coaches only look for shortstops because they know they can move them in everywhere in the infield and even in the outfield if they need to, and the person would be able to make that happen. He would adjust and be a good player. So that would be my advice to you guys as far as college coaches. Be versatile, be an athlete, improve your hitting. And, that's what, I would recommend. And you should watch the University of Miami interview. I talked to the coach from University of Miami, and he talks about all this in the video. Should I start trying to get recruited at 13? What grade is 13? I would say at 9th grade, you should start getting ready now. I thought it would be 10th grade, but according to the college coaches, 9th grade, you should start get ready to get recruited. Top hand, outstanding. Yes, sir. Phones are not allowed in I'm not Korea left now. I don't know. What's some tips for keeping your head on the ball? I always ask my young players, did they see the ball hit the barrel? And what happens to what happens is they slow everything down and they'll keep their head on it because they're trying to see the ball hit the barrel of the bat. So always ask yourself, after each swing, did I see the barrel? Did I see the ball hit the barrel? And if you do, you're hitting it out front. If you don't, it's too deep. And that means your head is moving. So that would be what I would tell myself, and my tip to you. Why did players like Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Willie Mays hit for so much power if they didn't lift weights like today? They had heavy bats and they hit the ball out front. And they had bat speed. There you go. What are some good drills for kids that don't use lower half and don't stride? They just spin like a top. If you want to work your lower half, what I recommend is getting a low tee. So a tee that's basically about 12 inches, or you could put a ball on a water bottle and have them hit it off the water bottle. If they're using their lower half the right way, they're going to stay behind the ball with 50 or 60% on their, or 50% on their front foot and 50% on their backside, or it would be 40% on their front foot and 60% on their backside. If they're using it the right way, that's how it would look. So I always do that to help my kids with their lower half. I have them hit off a low tee, and it forces their lower half to work the right way. If they don't, they're going to roll over the ball or hit ground balls. But if they hit line drives, they stay behind it and they work the right way. Right now, my opponents are throwing 70 miles per hour. When should I take my steps so I can be ahead of the pitch? I have no idea. I haven't hit against 70 miles per hour in a long time. But what I would say is watch my video on UCLA. It talks about it, how do you get your timing off pitchers, and it really help you to, be where you need to be. What do you do with playing time and parent problems with playing time? Um, you know, I always, I don't really do anything with playing time and parent problems. I'm not coaching actual teams, so I don't really deal with that. When I was a player, I didn't really deal with that. And if it did happen, we just got better and control what we can control. That's the key, controlling what you can control. What are the minimum qualifications to get scouted? 7-second, 60-yard dash. I don't know. That's a good question. Depends on what position you play. If you're a catcher, it's going to be slower than if you're a center fielder, right? But I will say, if you're an outfielder and it's less than 7 sec for D1, I remember talking to a D1 coach, and he said he won't even recruit an outfielder if they're slower than 7 seconds. So that would give you a little bit of where you should be. But go and watch the video with Miami coach. I have like 5 to 6 videos with college coaches, and they all talk about this. So watch all of them. And, it's basically 5 hours of content, but you'll get all the answers that you want. And if you have any questions, comment below those videos, and I'll help you out the best I can. What's some tips to stay back on the ball? I talked about it previously, but what I would do is do the bounce drill. Basically, what you do is have a partner bounce you the ball when you're doing your front toss. And if you move forward, you're not going to hit it, or you're going to pound it in the ground. If you stay back, you'll hit a line drive. So that's what I would recommend for you. Do that drill. It'll help you stay back on the ball. Thank you for making time to answer our questions. Going to leave, but I hope you have a good time at USA training. Thank you. Did you play for multiple travel teams, or did you stay with one in your youth playing years? I played with one, and they were 2 years older than me. So I was 10 years old. They were 12, and I played all of them until they were 16. And I know they were 18, and I was 16. So I played with that one team all the way through. And, and here and there, I played on some other teams, but I stayed on my travel team, the one that, we grew up together. So that team really molded me to the player I am, because I learned, how powerful the mental game was, because I used to be that guy that batted in the 9th hole because they were 2 years older than me. They were 12 when I was 10. And so, when I was 11, they were 13. So they were stronger, bigger, all that stuff, and I batted in the bottom of the lineup. And when I turned about 13 years old or 14 years old, then I caught up with them, and I knew right there it was a wrap. Then I was off and running. You know what I mean? Then I started batting the 3-hole, 4-hole for them, and the rest is history. When you believe you can do it, that's when you're going to succeed. Took a little bit of time, but I got there. Why is there no switch hitting catchers? Switch hitting catchers. There has to be a switch hitting catcher somewhere in the MLB. There's Yasmani Grandal. Yasmani Grandal is a switch hitting catcher. He bats left and right. Is he? Yasmani Grandal. Yeah, I think he's a switch hitting catcher. Yeah, Yasmani Grandal. The answer is that. Did you think knob to the ball when swinging? Never. I think top hand to the ball, catch it. Never knob to the ball, but knob to the ball is something that works. How can I pull an inside pitch? You don't pull the inside pitch, you take it. That's what was going on there. You take it. No one swings at the inside pitch, corner pitch. They take that pitch, but they hit the inner third one. And the inner third one, you can hit that one. You don't even need to change your swing for that pitch. But the one that's in, you take it. Any drills that really helped you in college or pro? I don't know. 7th. I don't know what that means. Do you come to Houston, Texas for hitting camps? No, not right now, but I will soon. If you guys want to, help the channel, donate, a few dollars just like Trevor did for the super chat. definitely go ahead and do that. I appreciate Trevor for doing that. If not, that's fine with me. But if you got your question answered and I provided value for you, definitely help. It helps me help other players. So I appreciate you guys for your time. It's been an hour. I'm about to get out of this place right now, and I'll see you guys soon. Got more videos dropping this week. You're going to love it. If you've been here this entire time, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And thank you guys for your time. And I'll see you in another video.